Homebrew Studios. It's Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour with your host, Bob Katie.
And John Piccirillo.
Time passes slowly as I walk this dusty road. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow's too far away. Sometimes I think, what the hell am I doing?
Ooh, that was a burp. Welcome to the Power Hour this Thursday.
Welcome aboard, folks.
Jay was with us last 2 weeks. He's not with us today.
Well, he's still with us.
Well, yeah. Asshole.
I'm
Jackass.
maybe for the first time. No, it's not possible. It's not really happening. But I was thinking for a moment I was overwhelmed with the amount.
Whoa.
I've got two paparazzis. Now we talked about camera 1, 2, and 3, and
Yeah.
here we go. Yeah, maybe
Don't
strap it in.
expect camera 1 and camera 2.
Let's
to
get
be
this party started. Let's get this party started.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
Don't expect camera 1 and 2 to be edited together.
I never
some
asked-
slick thing because
I never asked for that. This is all test mode stuff right here.
What he's talking about is he has a GoPro on a little stand in front of
looking
him.
right at me. It's like a little, and it's one of those. It's it's too bad I can't pick it up. I could. We're not going to do that right now though. But it's got legs, so it looks like a little amphibious creature, and it's winking at me the whole time. But we've had it for we've borrowed it recently.
Yeah, we borrowed it in to give it a
test run. We
give it a
wanted
good
to see if
test
we
run.
could get our use out of it.
The first test run yesterday pretty much sent
Oh, it's
John
it.
right over the edge.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
In good
I am
way- in a good
all
way.
in with the GoPro, dude.
Yes.
The stuff that
Thank you, AJ, for the use
thank
of the
you,
GoPro.
AJ Duncan.
Yes, AJ Duncan,
Yeah.
my son-in-law, for the use of his GoPro.
This would be a good spot to give the little plug there.
I'll give
For his wife.
We should. Well, no, not yet. We should give a shout out to AJ's father, Don Duncan. He just had surgery this past week, and Tuesday he came, so he's home. I should say he went home Tuesday, so he's home. Hoping
And you
a
said
speedy
it was
recovery.
it was a pretty big. It was
Yeah,
a big,
yeah.
It was
Pretty
a big
big one.
surgery.
Big surgery.
It wasn't a simple one.
Yeah. Wasn't
I've had
simple one
a
at
couple
all.
surgeries, and they were
No. This was the big,
no big
this
deal.
is
You
the
know,
big deal one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
But I hope he's on a speedy recovery.
I agree.
Yes. He has
pray-
a band, Electric City Horns. They play out
Yeah, no
quite
doubt.
often
They're
stuff.
fantastic.
Yeah, they're very good. Very great band.
Yep.
So give him a shout out. Hope he
We should put
good
a little-
recovery and stuff.
We should put a little recording of that on there sometime.
I don't know what original stuff they have.
Yeah, but you're allowed to. I was thinking about that. What if you're covering a song though? Can't you not distribute it, but can't you use it? Can't you can you put on YouTube a video of yourself playing somebody else's song? Yeah, lots of people do that.
Yeah, but then the problem is we tend to like to monetize our videos because we try to eke out every little cent of revenue that we can get, and therefore I don't think they will let us monetize the video of the podcast because somebody's song is on it, regardless of if
Oh,
you're
I
playing
see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're getting
If you're making money off of it, they're making money.
Right.
I don't care in what
Right.
shape or form.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I'm no lawyer, so I don't know
Right.
the ins and outs of it, but
Right.
I just know usually stay away from it is pretty much a good thing.
Yeah.
But John's got the GoPro going and everything.
Well, I had it on me last night too, which
I'm going to put up 2 videos. I'm going to put up the regular podcast video, and I'm going to put up a GoPro version of it,
nice.
which could be completely half-ass. But check it out because we're going to be experimenting with the GoPro a lot.
Yep.
Pretty soon down the line, we'll probably have 2 GoPros to mess around with. Each one of us are going to probably buy one.
Yeah, because I've spent about an hour. No, I know that for a fact because I keep my dive book alive, and I've spent a solid hour underwater over the last 2 weekends. And
you didn't even shoot the preparation to go in. You are video lazy sometimes.
so we I've definitely come up with some great ideas for up at the lake and underwater with it. It's going to be
just to say, I've been telling him constantly, you have a phone that you keep in your hand. It has a video camera in it. Just tape random shit.
Yeah, but you can't take that underwater.
I didn't say underwater, but the preparation stuff. You know, your father and your daughter were watching you 2 weekends ago, getting you ready, and your father made a funny comment, and if Samantha was filming you, that would have come over the audio, would have been funny.
That's exactly my point, that Samantha wasn't there that weekend. Brandon was there, though. But I wouldn't want him messing with my phone on the dock. It doesn't go to the water. I mean, I'll bring it on the phone. I'll bring it on the boat now.
He's got a phone with a video camera on it. He can email it to you.
Yeah, but when you're down at the water, you're in your bathing suit, and that's it.
What's the problem?
I don't bring my phone down to the dock.
You're Mr. Video social media guy.
Yeah, but there comes a point where I need to relax.
For somebody who's Mr. Social Media,
and be social free.
Yeah, but the problem is that's when the good videos happen.
Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to capture my entire life. I don't think it's going to happen.
If you get a GoPro, why not?
We're already behind by many years.
Hey, no time like the present, though, right?
That's true.
You know, you're Mr. Social Media, except I don't think you touch social media. Our social media. I'm the one that always does.
I'm busy, you know.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
You know, you're busy.
I am. I don't have any.
You're busy. It's just the problem is you.
I'm busy.
There's a very short time between John relaxing with cocktails and him getting home from work. So if I don't try to get something to him to sink into his head to learn in that shorter period of time, it's all downhill, folks.
Well, that's the way it is.
It's all downhill.
I need me time
there.
Also.
Well, why don't you make that part of your you time? I love doing this shit.
I thought about it today, as a matter of fact, and I get back a me time, and it's funny to discuss it because now I'm just speaking what I was talking to myself, and other people certainly don't want to hear about what I talk to myself about.
I don't know. There's certain people that we know that know you or have listened to this podcast that would probably love hearing your inner thoughts.
Yeah, well, I play softball on Wednesday nights. And there's 2 regular season games left, and then the playoffs, which if you win, you play again. If you don't, you're done. So there's minimum 3 games.
Yeah.
Maybe more. So part of me says I get me time back on Wednesday night when the season's over.
Yeah.
And it's true in my mind. But most people would say, well, isn't playing softball you time?
It is.
You dumb son of a bitch.
You dumb son of a bitch.
But here's the thing. You're on a team. It's not a me thing. It's a team sport. There is no I in we. So when you're on a team, you're expected to be there and show up and do your part, whether you're sick of it or not. So it's not really me time.
But listen.
It's us time.
But listen.
I'm just saying. That's the way I think.
You live in a country where you have free will to just get out of those if you want to.
Well, I need excuses to make sure I exercise.
So you are in. You know what? But you know what? A team. You're right. There's no single I in team. There's a whole team full of I's. They make a team. So you have the choice.
We haven't even done our thing yet. Once. Not even once.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at bobandjohnspodcast@gmail.com or
at Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Periscope.
And on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Yeah, baby.
So
was that involved in that?
Still is. We're still in that process. I guess we're at the update part.
Yes, Frau. On the whole, I think Preparation H feels good.
Oh, I've had a good 2 ass days.
All right.
That's right.
And the weekend?
Good. There were a couple of bad moments.
Yeah?
Yeah. but not bad. There was a lot of activity.
Last 2 days you said were the best you've had.
Last 2 days
since
have
it
been,
started,
yeah.
since it erupted like 6 weeks ago.
I think at some point I remember
This is the summer of John's ass.
somewhere in that whole thing, I saw. I think I was watching one of our shows, and I said I knew I wasn't even halfway there yet, and that was a while back.
Yeah.
So this is the first signs of relief.
Stop crying like a little girl. Stop crying like a little girl.
Yeah.
Why don't you go enjoy yourself while I go ice my balls and spit up blood?
Except that's ice my butt.
My butt.
Ice my butt.
I don't want to spend too much time on this.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
I love that shit, man. That's funny as hell. Say, do it again. Do it again.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Forgot about that, didn't you?
I have nipples, Greg.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
And you can tell he's like eating cereal or something. I don't know.
Dinner.
Or
They're at the dinner
steak,
table.
you know? You hear
Yeah.
it?
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
That's fucking hilarious.
Last week I was in a pinch because my daughter Rebecca was up for the week from New York City, and she was up for 9 days because she went back to New York City and then she's moving to San Francisco for a new job at Sephora. But so I was up. I usually edit like Wednesday morning the podcast, pop it out, bing bang boom, no problem. You don't have to film me with that.
I just wanted to see what happened. Well, I'm listening.
But anyway, I didn't get a chance, because you're, visiting and everything else and trying to make time, get as much time as possible because we're not going to see her till probably to Christmas again. So I didn't edit Wednesday morning, and I had to edit late Wednesday. I don't think I went to bed till like 2 a.m. Thursday morning. And
well, that's unusual for you, Bob.
well, I was trying to get this thing up, edit,
Uh-huh.
get it going. And in the process of this, I think I was the big part of the podcast. That's the editing part's simple. It's quick. It really is quick. It's simple. It's really no problem. Video, audio's a piece of cake. It's all the uploading and downloading of video from video camera to one software to the next software to the back to a flash drive to get to the computer upstairs. It's a whole deal. So it's the uploading and downloading takes so much friggin' time in the process of it. And so I was waiting for one of these uploads or downloads to take place down here in Homebrew Studios. I was upstairs and John was enjoying some beverages in the kitchen, and Meet the Parents happened to be on, and
That was the first one, right?
Yeah, we were both at the counter in the kitchen kind of talking, and for some reason it was one of those crazy moments where just a pause in our conversation came right at the time, and loud as can be, we heard from the television,
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
and we both were just dying. We were like, "Oh, there's one," right? And I was like, "There's one."
I think
There's
hilarious.
one. And
Wasn't he trying to convince him he milked a cat or something?
Cat, yeah,
like
he milked
that?
the cat because he got caught in a
Unbelievable.
lie. So he's like,
Yeah.
He makes a statement right before that, like, you can milk anything with nipples. And he goes,
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Almost ate the microphone.
and I knew it was late in the evening, which means John sometimes doesn't remember things. So
Right.
I knew I
Yeah.
could. I knew I could
It's
sneak this one in on one of the podcasts this week, and it would be kind of fresh for him, which it was. So that's a good thing.
I love the GoPro.
You'd have like 50 of them on you if you could.
I just have it running. I mean, my biggest challenge.
3D John, GoPro.
My biggest challenge is going to be keeping it charged.
Yeah, it's got a little short charge on it.
Well, that
That's the only
Wi-Fi
bad thing.
problem is still.
Excuse me,
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Ask you a few questions.
It's fitting that, you know what? I noticed on the show we have a lot of clips of movies where people are talking about their ass, and you have this problem, so it's kind of fitting.
Well, you still got to be careful, though, because one of your biggest concerns when we started up, my idea for the name of the show was Loose and Buttery. That was my
That would have
idea.
been real bad.
Right. And, well, no, I still think, because we use it in the show,
Yeah.
and that's our Twitter handle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we use it, and it's still as cool as I thought it was, but the concern was people might take it the wrong way. So I'm frightened to talk too much about assholes.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Here, I gotta get over this.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
At this point, I just look at it as I don't give a rat's ass.
Yeah, well, we don't want to be stamped as obsessing over something.
It's Czechoslovakia. It's like going into Wisconsin.
Well, I got the shit kicked out of me in Wisconsin once.
Exactly my point.
That was so random, it wasn't even funny. Oh, it was funny. It was so random.
It's like Wisconsin.
Making candles.
That's right. Aren't we due for one of those things?
Hey, it's our podcast. We can do whatever the hell we damn well please.
It's true.
Right?
It's true. Yep. I'm itching to mark things off. That's why I'm looking at where.
Okay, we'll get there.
We got a whole bit.
All
about
right,
this.
you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at Bob and John's Podcast at gmail.com or
At Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Periscope.
and our Facebook page and our YouTube channel at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
All over. And as the cameras start coming in, so will the video.
Yeah. You're really going to want to go to the YouTube channel when we start announcing we've got multiple GoPros and stuff. There's just going to be stupid videos. You may like some, you may not, who knows, but they're just going to be stupid.
No, I think we're going to have some good
In a
stuff.
good way. In a good way. I don't mean stupid as in like...
Yeah. He meant stupid off the cuff.
Making candles.
the hell was that?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Oh, I guess we're going to hit them up with a little news, aren't we?
That's right. Here we go. I love this shit right here.
And now the news with Bob and John. Coming to you from the studios of Homebrew Studios. It's Bob and John with the news. There you go. You feel all official now?
Yes. Yes.
He feels good.
Oh, yeah.
As many people know, sometimes we do this. We just do, we each pick a news story that we kind of, tickled our balls or whatever.
We're only allowed one?
Well, if we don't want to, have a 5-hour podcast on...
Well, I got two.
Well,
I think they're small enough to cover.
okay.
So that means I got one more than you, so I might as well start.
I guess so.
I'm gonna go with all of the nonsense over the Confederate flag, because, and I'll tell you why. Wait, before you speak, I want to tell you why. Now, there's a lot about it. I have some. Okay, I was talking to my brother-in-law about it, and I told him after we had talked for a while, and I said, I always like to find out people who pay attention to history, how they feel.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, him and you are like the only people I kind of can do that with.
Everybody else is...
You dumb son of a bitch!
You dumb son of a bitch.
Or
No,
just
but
doesn't
they're
care.
not as into it. You know what I mean? They haven't dug deep enough into it for me to get some sort of opinion. So I haven't spoken to you yet about it. About your thoughts on. I mean, there's obviously some stupid shit about the Confederate flag that's going down. That's like, say for example, the Dukes of Hazzard's reruns being canceled.
That's stupid. In
association to it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's what this country does.
But I got to tell you, the reason, bunch of reasons why I brought all this up. That's right. That's right. Wait, show me again so I can say it out loud. The sign for the day. We've been trying to do this for every show, right?
Yeah.
Today's phrase,
I guess,
is I have nipples. Can you milk me?
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Yeah, the Confederate flag is just a mat.
I guess I wanted to get your opinion on it a little bit, because here's the other thing that struck a chord that got my conversation going with my brother-in-law. I was thumbing through Facebook, and there's a well-known black man that wears the Confederate uniform and waves the Confederate flag and says he's standing up for his heritage.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's... I guess the thing is, I've always thought of it was solely about the slaves. But after a little research, after seeing that, kind of wondering why would that even be possible, you know? And there was a secondary thing that was taxes, tariffs or tariffs. I think it was tariffs.
Yeah.
Well, apparently 75% went to, because of the North. This is all kind of catching up. The North was an industrial revolution, and the Southern was still agricultural.
Yeah.
So they were getting like 75% taxes on them, and only getting like 10% of that back to the South. You know what I mean? So these people, there were people in the South that were fighting for, like, just because they were being ripped off. They felt like they were being ripped off.
Yeah, should they have taken it down from the state capital? Which Carolina was it, North or South?
I don't have that written down.
Yeah, it was one of the two. Should they have done that? Yes. That's pretty much an agreement. I mean,
yeah.
But it's the massive reaction. I think people are so in arms because it's a Southern flag. The South fought for, slavery and everything else. Number one is, if you want to wipe everything out of this world that offends somebody's culture, population, something bad that's happened to somebody, you start wiping things off the planet. You know what I mean? You can't expunge everything because somebody's offended by it. That's what this country's built on, is that you can do it and not be offended by it. Or, I'm sorry, you can do it, and if it offends somebody else, as long as it's legal, screw them. You know what I mean? Now, I think, obviously we're, 150 years from the Civil War?
Yeah, you would know better than me.
Something like that. I don't know. It's well over 100 years.
Right, yeah.
125
definitely.
years, whatever. I do. John brought this to me, so I'm not prepared with that. But
we try to surprise each other with the news. That's it. I don't know why. Actually.
But so and listen, it was, slavery was terrible.
Right.
But I'm sorry in the aspect of they weren't the last slaves. That wasn't the last time slavery was happening to somebody, and it wasn't the last time, and it wasn't by far the first time.
Right.
But I guess what I'm saying is, there's been so much. Let me finish this thought. Since that time's gone by, it's still a terrible thing, and I get it. But I think that Confederate flag has become more the Southern flag. You know what I mean? So I think as the generations have come along since the Civil War, people don't necessarily recognize it. I don't recognize it. I recognize it as like just Southern. I don't recognize it necessarily. It doesn't strike me as like, oh, slavery. You know what I mean? I recognize it as, well, first off, I recognize that's the flag on the General Lee.
Yeah.
But then I recognize it as it's just a Southern, I mean, I guess what do Native Americans look at the U.S. flag? They must just be crushed by the American flag. You know what I mean? Hell, we tried to wipe them off the planet. You know what I mean? 150 or so years ago, or whatever, 100 years ago. So we tried to wipe them off the friggin' planet. So I just think it's a mass over. And then the shooter at the black church, the shooter, he was holding it.
That's what really
and everything.
kicked this all off.
That kicked it off. Listen, they should have taken it down from the whatever the capital of that state, South Carolina, one of the Carolinas.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
There's no place for it in literal government right now. There's no place for it. I get that. I understand that. Yeah. But I think wiping it off the planet or everything, I think, like I said, I think it's become more of a Southern cultural flag than the Confederate flag. You know what I mean?
I think you should be able to hang it out there.
Yeah.
And not be messed with. I don't think it belongs on any capital, any government establishment. It's the United States of America. We've made that decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
if you want to fly the Confederate flag for whatever heritage reason or whatever on your yard, so that's your business. You can do that.
You know what? Take the friggin' flag and rename it. Don't call it the Confederate flag anymore. Call it the Southern States flag. I don't know. Rebrand that thing. You know what I mean?
There you go.
The they used to call it the Rebel flag. That doesn't have much. I think a lot of people, like Kid Rock, is like really taking a stand against it, and like some country music people and other things and stuff like that. And you know what? It's like, it's just nowadays it just means rebel, like a rebel flag. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So
up north, that's what it is, maybe, but.
I think down there. I think all over the country it is. You know what I mean?
I bet you there's some people that are probably still pretty upset that they're.
Listen, I don't care if you're black, white, purple, whatever color you are of the spectrum. We're too politically correct nowadays, and it's just anybody hurts anybody's feelings, it's. Oh, we have to just apologize and run and hide. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I mean, Jesus Christ. Everybody's just got to relax. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, it got it. I guess the one good thing is it got it off the Capitol building there, their capital, that state's capital. That was good, but I think the whole overreaction by Walmart and Amazon and all other ones was a bit much in TV land. So
I'm trying to hook the GoPro to my belt so we get an up view like this. I'm just trying to see what that looks like. It kind of looks like that's funny.
The Packers
actually,
on a TiVo mission for the YOU.
let me.
Jesus.
That's fantastic.
So basically, this is the view from your pecker.
Yes, exactly. An excited pecker, though, not
making candles.
That's right. The GoPro's really got it going.
Jesus.
I knew this thing was awesome.
Do I want to do my news story or are you doing your news story? You have 2 news stories. You got to have time to fit them in.
All right. How much time do we have? What time is it?
Time for you to buy a fucking watch.
Should be a timer right there. All right.
I don't stop you from this shit.
Is yours? Oh, we got plenty of time. Go ahead.
Mine is, I guess mine is the stupid, I ranted on my personal Facebook this last week after the 4th of July of stupid people using fireworks. And
Booyah! Like that.
Jean-Pierre Paul, the defensive end jackass from the Giants who blew his finger off. The defensive back from the Buccaneers that blew 2 fingers off.
No, not a good thing.
The guy who put it on his head and killed himself.
Oh, that's not good either.
I mean, come on. Really, people? You know, I'm beginning to really think I like the George Carlin thing with, like, we need to go back to natural selection. You know what I mean? You know? Like,
sure.
As a kid. You remember as a kid?
Worked fine for a long,
remember as
long
a kid,
time.
there was always, like, this little bump or hill or something, and it was always a great bike jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know exactly where to go for that.
Okay, well, so here you go. Here's the 3 kinds. And this is natural selection.
Uh-huh.
The first kid looks at it and goes, yeah, you know what? I could get her. This is going to be bad.
Uh-huh.
He's probably going to go along to, I don't know, cure cancer, be something great. Okay?
Yeah.
Second kid, he goes flying down it, lands successful thing.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
And he did a successful jump. It was great and everything. And I don't know, he's the next Peyton Manning, Derek Jeter, or whatever. The next great athlete. You know what I mean?
Evil Knievel.
Sure. And then you got the third one who doesn't even look at it, think about it. He just goes down, falls completely as he's going over the jump, snaps his neck, and he's dead. And guess what? We don't have to worry about him being president. Natural selection right there.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about the next George W. Bush then. Unfortunately, natural selection didn't work for him.
Well, natural selection doesn't work as well as it used to because there's laws that make you be safer.
Hence this. In our country, overreactions like we do on everything take away our freedoms because then the government overreacts and makes it illegal. Hence, anything bad for you is illegal. We never wore helmets as kids on bicycles or anything else.
No.
Yeah.
To this day, if I get on a bike, the last thing I think about is putting a helmet on.
Yeah. It goes back to my whole rant many podcasts ago about
I grew up without a helmet.
Raising a bunch of pussies.
I think I'm going to ride my bike as an adult without a helmet.
Yeah, we're of just raising pussies nowadays because it's like they have to like wrap them in bubble wrap before they push them out, before they let them go to school or go out of the house or anything. And, we can't spank our kid. Well, you know what? You're not supposed to beat them, but a pop in the ass. If they're completely off the friggin' reservation.
Should I do my last one here?
Oh, I'm just saying the fireworks thing. It was just legal in New York State. They had a bunch
that's why it's got a lot of attention.
Now a bunch of
people are looking.
Well, now a bunch of ass bags
happened on
have
4th
now
of July.
stupid. So I'm waiting for the mass
that shit probably happens
overreaction.
every year. We just don't hear about it.
I'm
because
waiting
it's not
for the
major news.
mass overreaction to shut it all down again. Shut all the fireworks down again because.
No, we need to. We got to unloosen the belt. I didn't even buy any because I heard they don't leave the ground. I need shit that gets off the ground for me to enjoy the friggin' things.
I'm telling you.
Excuse me.
Why wouldn't this be in line with the Southern flag thing and any other thing that's a mass overreaction? Nothing bad or anything can't happen without just having a mass overreaction over it. You know what I mean? It's incredibly amazing in this country. That's why this place is going to the shitter. What's your second one?
My last one's it's actually a little tidbit. It's actually news because in Oklahoma, 10 Commandments monument was ordered to be removed. The Supreme Court ordered Oklahoma to remove from the state capitol, saying it violates the Constitution. Now, here's the part that I am most interested in. One of the protesters include the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. It's not a joke. You can look it up. You can Google it, and it's for real.
I believe it.
And the members are called Pastafarians. How about that?
Pasta farts.
I don't mean to laugh if you're a member of this church because I didn't realize how big it was. But after a little research, because I read it in a really what I consider a truthful publication, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even believe it was real.
If you're offended, if you're a part of this and offended by it, please send your negative bitchy email to
I'm not
papaleones at gmail.com.
I'm not putting it down because the more I
put it all down.
The more I research about it, the more I find it fascinating because it's really like almost saying like, how ridiculous could we make a religion? That's really what it is. But there's enough written that it's a religion.
To be honest
classified as a religion.
To be honest with you, I mean I haven't read the Bible from back to back, but I've read a bunch of things about the Bible, and it's amazing that people take the Bible and Christianity and shit seriously.
That's why I wonder how this. That's
to me that shit's just as foreign as.
That's what I see.
Purple pasta eaters or whatever the hell
the
flying pasta eaters or whatever the hell, Mario and Luigi. That's their gods. But
they also believe that pirates were the original Pastafarians. That's another thing that got me interested in reading more. Is like they thought pirates were Pastafarians. And even more wonderful than that is global warming has been wiping out the pirates. That's what I read. That was a bit that I read too.
Global warming, wiping out the pirates. Okay,
yeah. So it's very interesting. So anyway, they believe that invisible and undetectable flying spaghetti monster created the universe. That's kind of their biblical thing. Yeah. It's real, guys. Check it out. Google it right now.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
I couldn't make this shit up. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Religion is just the ultimate money grab.
I should put those monitors on my nipples. See what happens. See if I get a phone call.
And when people want to bitch and complain that I'm making fun of religion, I don't think spirituality has anything. I think it's a completely different. And even if you believe in God, you don't have to belong to a religion to believe in God. Religion is just. It's just.
Unfortunately,
nonsense.
religion has caused a lot of war.
Politics, and religion.
Yeah.
Find me a war that does not start with one of those.
Can't there be like we just all get along sort of thing, And we say, yeah,
it ain't gonna happen. You know why? Because there's always somebody doing.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, and they're the usual psychos.
And then you always have the neighbor,
some kind of
that has to keep up with the Johnsons.
There's just always idiots out there.
The thing we watched there, Mussolini really kind of showed up Hitler in the beginning stages.
He was an inspiration for Hitler.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was mad as hell, and he couldn't take it anymore that Mussolini was doing it better than he could.
Yeah. Well, I get goes back to the whole we need the right to have our guns thing. Well, I look at it this way is one of the reasons why people need their guns.
I want
because
guns.
of the because
I don't use them very often, but I want mine.
But it's the thing is because of the government. Because we need to be able to strike back against our government for our civil liberties.
Isn't that in the
Assholes,
Constitution?
they have
Don't we
fucking
the right
bombs,
to do that?
tanks, and fucking drones. They can kill you without sending one person at you. You know what I mean? You're outgunned and outnumbered. It's not like we all have muskets anymore. You know? It was fine before when everybody had a musket, and that's how wars were done.
No, that was bad. Millions of people.
No, but that's when that
like
shit.
this far away from.
But that's when that shit was written. You know what I mean? When that was the thought.
Well, yeah, things need to be updated for sure.
Yeah, you know. Now it's yeah, it went out. It's done.
No, it's going.
There's no red light in the back here, Bubba.
Oh, it just went down, man. Yep.
Yeah, it just.
Yeah, but the battery thing on this is your phone, not that.
No,
then.
it's not.
Well, then look at it.
Oh, man.
See? I'm telling you. See what I'm saying?
That shouldn't be my phone.
Man.
I don't think.
Tell you what.
Oh, it disappeared.
Boom. Uh-oh. Bing, bing, bing.
Camera
bing,
off. Oops.
See?
I hit that button.
See what happens? Uh-oh. You know what I got a problem?
What? Here, turn the camera back on. Here, turn the front button.
I saw a red light.
Oh, did you? Oh, there, it's back on. It's back on. Why isn't it recording again? Doesn't have enough juice to record, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
The Wi-Fi's still working.
You haven't turned that off yet?
No, I don't. We're going to be playing more.
It's testing mode.
Yeah.
Test mode. That's all. Okay.
Exactly. Test mode.
Next thing.
Getting married, John.
Hell no.
Are you attending a special event?
I might be.
Well, you know what the secret to looking picture perfect is.
I do.
What is it, John?
Color Me Gorgeous.
Color Me Gorgeous is the premier makeup experience for the upstate New York. Color Me Gorgeous specializes in airbrush makeup and celebrity secret for looking red carpet ready. Owner and founder Rachel Duncan has trained with top brands in the industry and has years of experience as a professional makeup artist. Rachel's unique approach to makeup allows her to effortlessly bring her client's vision to life. She flawlessly transforms every session into a one-of-a-kind, unparalleled beauty experience. You can find her at www.colormegorgeous.me or follow her on Instagram at color_me_gorgeousxo. Color Me Gorgeous is also featured on Wedding Wire for the New York area. That's www.colormegorgeous.me. Color Me Gorgeous.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at bobandjohnspodcast@gmail.com
or at Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Periscope.
Or on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel at Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Hey, look at that, will you? Not bad for an old man.
Hey! He's the
Jackass.
big guy. Get in here.
Now time for the Book of John with your host, John Piccirillo.
It really is soothing. Every time I hear it, it's soothing music. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good.
Joking around. Feels so good when he goes.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Feels sick.
What do you got for us?
All right. I got a long list of Book of Johns. And this has been on the list, and it's coming closer.
Just to refresh
and closer.
them, tell them what a Book of John is.
Book of John are things I need
or you want to do.
To have and or do. So this was on the list for a long time, and it keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed off. But now it's in our grasps. And a GoPro.
It's funny that you're talking about this now, and the GoPro is not recording because it's out of juice.
I know. Well, we're learning about it. That's why we've got the.
It's not
the loaner.
It's not a long. It doesn't seem to be a long form.
We borrowed this one. Thanks, AJ.
Yeah, thanks, AJ.
Just to test it out, see what what kind of mileage we get out of it, and what kind of stuff. And
so far, the batteries are only.
That's the challenge.
That's our only.
But the Wi-Fi is sucking it down too. That's not helping any.
Probably, yeah.
So we got to figure that out. But I've been talking about this for a long time, and it was going to be a topic a couple times, and then we got off topic.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I just want to make another check mark right here because you ordered this wicked cool combination pack of mounts, one of which I guess
is right there.
YouTube, you could see what the mount looks like. And it came with multiple ones, all kinds, chest, head, lock it to things and
water.
Yeah.
Things.
So I got to check off another one, which was, oopsie, I marked off the wrong one.
Oh, you fucked up.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
The
Milking
selfie
cats
stick
is on there.
The selfie stick. And the package came with a selfie stick. And Bob actually told me today that I got a little annoying last night because I was so excited
fucking annoying
with the selfie stick, and the camera wasn't even charged, so I couldn't use it. But I wanted to so bad. I was like, all reaching around like he's in the couch, and I'm reaching around like, look how cool this would be, man. Just like
Me
that.
and the wife are just trying to watch a program, and he's just coming in laughing hysterically.
I usually don't bother him, but all these parts were laid out on the counter. I'm like, holy crap, all of the things that we can do with this shit that we have on this counter is amazing.
And I'm like,
you can mount that crap anyway.
Busting my balls.
But of course, you learn something every time. We mounted it to my smallest tom last night,
Drum
and it was a great view.
For band
but every
practice.
time I hit that friggin' drum,
it was like probably hitting a car accident.
Bob
you're
said
concussed.
it was like getting a concussion when he was watching it.
It's like it's going fine. It's a great angle, and John just goes boonk with it. It's like
yeah. So you're gonna learn, just like we did. We can only get through half with the Wi-Fi on.
Oh, band practice?
No, the show.
No, we were a little more than half.
Right, 3/4.
Yeah, I'm going to look up some stuff on it, and maybe there's some little tricks you can do to make the battery last longer or something. Obviously it's probably not a long form.
So we're in a loner mode here.
Yeah,
but we're definitely discussing. Each of us. We were originally going to go in on one together.
Yeah.
But we're starting to enjoy it so much. I think we need one because I need mine with me all the time, and you're going to come up with things that you're going to want to use it for. There's a million things. I was just talking to Bob, for I didn't bring it for scuba diving, and I was underwater.
We didn't have a mount at that point.
Right, we didn't have the mount, so I couldn't take it.
Last week we didn't have a mount.
Yeah. And I have to get this done so I can keep my boat out on my mooring. But it means I have to dive down to the mooring, and the GoPro would have been awesome to do it. But on top of it, all this other stuff, there's one for actually in the water that if you drop the GoPro,
it floats.
It floats.
Yeah.
So it's no big deal. So I was thinking about I spent my first dive looking for my anchor. Because it gets buried under dirt, you can't just you know what I mean? It's not like just sitting out there, you know what I mean? It's gone.
Yeah.
So finding it's a big deal. spend a lot of time doing that. If I can get the GoPro on a string with that little bubble and drop it down and go, I mean, it'll all be on film. You can show it.
Yeah,
and
you need a light though.
View the bottom. No, I think there's enough light during the day. I think there's enough light to pick it up, and then you can get in the ballpark, drop an anchor, and then you know where to dive, and that's worth a ton of money.
It'd be interesting to see if you can pull that off.
I'm gonna try. I think we're gonna get a lot of use out of my GoPro underwater.
We've already seen the view from John's Pishkot tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're going to see a lot more interesting views you never thought of.
I mean, one of the things I wanted to discuss.
You were saying
tonight,
yesterday you wanted to put it on the bumper of your car.
There's a million things I can do. I can think about that. I mean, it would look like you're in a race car.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, I can't stop thinking about the stuff that I can do with it. When we dive later this year, I'm going to say this summer, we're diving. And we'll post that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And, make sure everybody can see what I'm talking
on
about.
On our YouTube channel at Bob and John, Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
We'll definitely do that. Now, the big one, man, holy cow, is my jet ski.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the greatest, because, I mean, that's the blast of my life still, and I still have it. I need to make that thing run, because the GoPros from that angle, I'd probably do it on my head, I imagine.
You could do it in my jet ski, too. You have a stand-up, I have a sit-down, but
I still sit. Yeah, well, either one's good.
Yeah.
But I know mine's fucking radical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're getting underwater. And
either one's going to be interesting.
And air. Some serious air.
Yeah.
You know? It's like a dirt bike.
Either one is going to be highly interesting, I'm sure.
I can't believe I ran out of beer. That doesn't happen during shows like this. Has it ever?
I don't know.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Could you milk me?
I swear to God, I do not need this right now, okay? I got a judge that's just aching to throw me in jail. An idiot who wants to fight me for $200. Slaughtered pigs. Giant loud whistles. I ain't slept in 5 days. I got no money, a dress code problem, and a little murder case, which in the balance holds the lives of 2 innocent kids. Not to mention your biological clock, my career, your life, our marriage, and let me see, what else could we pile on? Is there any more shit we could pile on to the top of the outcome of this case? Is it possible?
Sometimes you just feel like that. You know what I mean? Got to get it out there.
Yep.
You know?
So I wanted to touch base on this before we actually own our own.
Uh-huh.
Because then it has to move to my list of done. I have a list of that. We're going to cover
done.
We're going to cover that on the either the last or maybe the first of the new... On the 52nd show or on the first show of the following year?
We're going to what?
I don't know if... I was wondering about that. Will we go... After we've done 52 shows, will we go to...
53?
Episode... Season 2, Episode 1? Or do we go to 53?
That's not how they do that.
Oh, okay.
No, you just keep trugging them along, man.
All right.
No, yeah. I don't think they do it like that.
All right. Just checking.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Could you milk me? I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at Bob and John's podcast at gmail.com or
at Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Periscope.
And on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
That's right.
Let's get the hell out of here.
All right.
All right. Say good night, John.
Good night, John.
Stadler?
Yeah, what?
Is that it?
Yes, it's over. How'd you like it?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing.
Well, you didn't miss much. Chico!
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
and buttery army members. And you... Are you fucking kidding me?